The superior man is modest in his speech, but exceeds in his actions. If the people have no faith in their rulers, there is no standing for the state. Happiness is the absence of the striving for happiness. Human nature is evil, and goodness is caused by intentional activity. Universal love is the way to secure the well-being of all under heaven. The ruler must be ruthless and use laws to control the people. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. The sage does not accumulate for himself, but gives to others as he has more than enough. All things are composed of the 5 elements and undergo cycles of rise and decline. Each person should pursue his own interest and happiness, regardless of others. Everything is relative, and nothing can be absolutely true or false. White horses are not horses, because white and horse are different concepts. The art of persuasion is to know the minds of others and adapt accordingly. The way of heaven is impartial and favors no one. Human actions are insignificant in the grand scheme of things. Heaven and humanity are interconnected, and the ruler must follow the will of heaven. One should doubt everything and seek evidence from facts, not from authority or tradition. The pursuit of immortality is possible through alchemy, meditation, and moral cultivation. The true sage is free from the constraints of society and expresses himself through music and poetry. The natural way is superior to the artificial way, and one should follow one's own nature, not the rules of others. Nothing is fixed or permanent. Everything is contingent and changing. Therefore, one should adapt to the circumstances and enjoy life as it is. Enlightenment is not attained by gradual practice, but by sudden awakening to one's true nature, which is no mind. One should not cling to any doctrine or method, but use them as tools to cut off delusions. The true Buddha is within oneself, not outside. One should not be attached to words or concepts, but respond spontaneously and appropriately to each situation. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. He who knows others is wise. He who knows himself is enlightened. The wise adapt themselves to circumstances as water molds itself to the pitcher. Do not impose on others what you yourself do not desire. Choose a job you love, and you will never have to work a day in your life. The softest thing in the world overcomes the hardest thing in the world. The wisest man is the one who knows he knows nothing. It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. To see the world in a grain of sand, and heaven in a wild flower, hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour. If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. If you know yourself but not the enemy, for every victory gained you will also suffer a defeat. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. Victorious warriors first win their inner victory, and only then do they go on to win victory in the outer world. The only way to predict the future is to create it. If you want to fly, you have to give up everything that weighs you down. Do not seek fame or recognition. Be content to do your work and let the results speak for themselves. The best way to control others is to control yourself. Love all people equally, regardless of their race, religion, or social status. The greatest obstacle to happiness is the illusion of separation. Cultivate moral character above all else. Embrace the path of simplicity and humility. Embrace the natural way of life. Master the art of strategy and leadership. Understand the importance of strong governance. Pursue your own happiness and desires. Advocate for moral integrity and duty. Seek evidence and reason in your beliefs. Prioritize self-cultivation and ethics. Cultivate the innate knowledge of the heart. Express yourself through poetry and music. It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. If you make a mistake and do not correct it, this is called a mistake. It does not matter how many mistakes you make as long as you learn from them. To know what is right and not do it is the worst form of cowardice. The superior man is always at peace with his own thoughts. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. It is better to light a candle than to curse the darkness. Study the past if you would define the future. The superior man is always striving to improve himself. When it is obvious that the goals cannot be reached, don't adjust the goals, adjust the action steps. Being deeply loved by someone gives you strength, while loving someone deeply gives you courage. By 3 methods we may learn wisdom. First, by reflection, which is noblest. Second, by imitation, which is easiest. And third, by experience, which is the bitterest. Everything has beauty, but not everyone sees it. He who learns but does not think is lost. He who thinks but does not learn is in great danger. Nothing is softer or more flexible than water, yet nothing can resist it. When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be. When you are content to be simply yourself and don't compare or compete, everybody will respect you. He who knows does not speak. He who speaks does not know. The superior man is distressed by the limitations of his ability. He is not distressed by the fact that men do not recognize the ability that he has. When you know a thing, to hold that you know it, and when you do not know a thing, to allow that you do not know it, this is knowledge. A good traveler has no fixed plans, and is not intent on arriving. The wise man does not seek to control women, but to understand them. If I am walking with 2 other men, each of them will serve as my teacher. I will pick out the good, points of the one and imitate them, and the bad points of the other and correct them in myself.